he is, dude. Now we gotta... Hey, there we go. Welcome to Mental Health Magic, baby. It's Sunday. We got a spooky ghost with us. Do you want to introduce yourself, Mr. Colorgeist?
Oh, I'm already unmuted?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Colorgeist.
He's Colorgeist.
You know, you introduced me. I think it's cool.
Okay. Well, I'm Pomu. He's Colorgeist. Colorgeist is a very, very poggers musician in the community, a big friend to many, including myself. And look at this fancy ghost. Yo, he's fancy though.
Yeah.
Do you have that much drip? I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, I basically am a drip.
True. So, when's your trap album coming out?
You know what? Check my SoundCloud right after this stream.
Yo, let's go. We SoundCloud trappers up in here.
Just kidding. I have 99% of it filled, and I don't want to buy a subscription for it. So.
You know, I was worried about that too. I think I'm at like 55.
I'm at 99. I can only upload like a 1-minute clip of me making noises or something like that.
Well, let me do this. I think... There you go. See? Mr.
Thank you.
Sir William's already got you covered.
Thank you, Sir William. You're the best.
There we go. Okay. So what we're here for is that, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Ark. By day, I'm a mental health clinician. By night, I'm a streamer and musician. I'm also a purple magician. And what we're doing is we're doing mental health magic, which means we're just going to do a very laid-back discussion about mental health topics important to our friend Colorgeist here. Now, we have a loose outline that I'm not going to follow to a T, but I wanted to talk to Color since he's been on the music producing scene in the community in particular for quite some time. Probably longer than most other people, including like remix artists too. So I want to look at that perspective, and I also want to look at his perspective on general mental health topics that may be affecting you, such as depression, anxiety, burnout, motivation, all that kind of good stuff. Any comments, Geist? Otherwise, I'm jumping right in.
Nope, go in.
Okay, before I go in, actually, this is important. Like I said in the title, there is potential content warning. You know, if discussing depression makes any of you guys upset or sad, I would just be mindful. I don't think we're going to go into too many dark topics today. You know, we've touched some very scary places here before, but I don't think we're going that direction today.
Depends on what my limits are.
I don't have any limits. As long as there's trigger/content warnings, I'm fine with pretty much anything.
Okay.
Yep, you know, because I'm a therapist. I've literally heard it all.
That's true. I didn't think of that.
Okay, I probably haven't heard everything, but I've heard a lot of things. Let's put it that way. There we go. So, first things first is, why don't we start with what you've been up to, what your thing is right now?
So, right now I am struggling to do commission work on time. Lots of deadlines. Like right after this stream, I probably got to start back working. And it's exhausting, but it's fun.
That makes sense. Exhausting, but it's fun. So, so music, you have a lot of deadlines, and I imagine there's multiple commissions that have piled up all at once, right?
Oh God, yes. It's been tough.
Can you tell us? Oh, go ahead.
No, what were you gonna ask?
I was gonna say, can you tell us like what it was like to get people to come to you for commissions and have multiple people ask you all at once? Because I have an idea, but I want to hear your perspective.
Okay, so the story is, when I popped off, like when Dia Riku asked me to make music for her, and I don't know what happened, but I happened to make like one of the best tracks I've ever made. So that kind of like put me on blast, and like I never had so many people ask me to like make commissions for them, and I would just say yes to all of them because I was like, oh cool. And I had trouble saying no, and I didn't realize, like, back at the time I didn't know like what my limits were as a human being. I mean as a ghost. to like my idea at the time when I took on all those commissions was like, all right, I can like work every day, like I'm not gonna have any problems. I just gotta keep working. But like as time went on, it was like, wait, I gotta like feed myself. Wait, I gotta be like able to like be in the right mindset to like work. And like over time, I just kind of like realized like I kind of dug a hole in like into this situation where I have too much work to do now, and I don't think it's healthy to work as much as I'm doing. And like I don't know, it's just like I'm still like chugging through it and stuff, so it's hard.
I think Sir William made a good point because I was thinking like, so like, you know, naturally you popped off, like you made a really awesome track. A lot of people loved it. That's gotta, as a musician, that's gotta be like one of the most validating things in existence.
Oh
Um,
god, yeah.
is seeing something like pop off like that. I think we can both relate to that. And then imagine what probably came after that is a bunch of people saying like, "You made this for her. Can you make this for me?" And you saw all these opportunities, and it became hard to say no because they all seemed like really, really cool opportunities.
Exactly. Well, it wasn't just cool opportunities. Like I'm still getting asked by like really cool. I mean, yesterday you this Cinder debuted, and
Mm-hmm.
I did the lore music for her. Like that was cool. And like I'm still getting stuff like that. But like, you know, there's smaller people that like I still like make music for and stuff. And I don't like just like doing music stuff for only big people.
Oh, of course not. No.
It feels wrong to do that. But like
I th-
I forgot where I was going with this. But it's like, wait, what did you say again?
well, it's like when I say like yeah, you kept saying yes and opportunities. It wasn't so much like the size of the person because I've had like I get some smaller people ask me for tracks, and they might ask me for something like really cool. Like I know
Oh
Nephilim
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nephilim Cybele was like, "Can you make me like chill like lo-fi trap?" And I was like, "I've never done that. Let's do it." And
Yeah, exactly. Like it's
it
just
turned out
fun, but like
good. It was cool.
it's just like you can't like I don't want to say no because like first of all you're asking me to do something. It's like, oh, I appreciate that already. Like you want something from me, like that's cool.
Right. So would you? So actually, now here's where the mental health part of it comes in. Would you say? Because some people like might be able to say yes and be able to pump out all these projects, but I think everyone has their limits. Human, ghost, anomaly of our existence. Regardless of how you identify, there's always a limit. So something I think about is that that dude, Kanaruru or whatever. He makes like the crazy 3D videos for Hololive and Niji Sanji. And I remember he did like all of Guro's backgrounds for her birthday, and then he confirmed my suspicion because he said I haven't slept in over 32 hours, and I was like, "That's there it is, dude. There it is, dude. Not
Yeah, it's
don't recommend that."
because there was a night where I had like three different things I had to do in one night, and I didn't sleep at all.
Mm-hmm.
But like, and thinking back, it's like I kind of wish I didn't do that. But at the same time, when like you're in the moment, like it also kind of feels good too. So
Yes, flow state.
when you're like passionate about this stuff, like doing stuff like that, sometimes I mean I don't recommend it, but like, sometimes it's like you do it because like you know you can do it. You're just doing it because you love to do it. But like at the same time, it's kind of hard to like space space out enough where like because like you definitely should not be doing it, but like at the same time I think like everybody does that. It's hard to like I don't think there's a single person actually who like does things on time all the time
No,
and like doesn't miss deadlines or like it's tough.
I think there's people that could do that, but they probably would have to like minimize what their opportunities were, or like know
Yeah,
like
they're
what their
probably
cutoff is.
robots.
Yeah, or they have to do certain cutoffs. Like I can do this project, but I cannot take this one.
Yeah, because like there's times where it's like, okay, I should work on this because it's like, you know, it's still early, but like, you know, I don't have to do it right now because it's, you know, the deadline's not till like this day, but then like tomorrow I'm like the same way and like it just keeps going. And eventually, like it just gets to a point where it's like, oh, okay, I have to do this now, and like, it's stressful. So it's something I'm getting better with, or like trying to get better with currently. It's just
So,
making sure I like do things earlier rather than like near the deadline.
so to put it bluntly, that almost sounds like, would that be procrastination?
Yep,
Okay. Yeah, I was like, let's just call it like it is, right?
I'm pretty bad with that.
I see. So why do you think people procrastinate?
Because well, for me personally, it's like I feel like I should be doing music work every day, but then also like I have a little brother that wants to play games with me, and like, I need to spend time with him because like I think yesterday a new game came out and he wanted to play it with me, and while I was playing it, I was like, oh man, I actually need to do like commission work too, like today. So it's like it's hard to like spend time with like family at the same time, and like it's just over the years, it's like you realize you gotta like balance.
Yeah.
Because like I said back then, it's like when I took on all that work, I just thought I didn't think anything of it. I was like, all right, yeah, I just got to do work every day, no problem. But like, I guess I saw myself more as like a robot making music rather than like a human being who needs and like all this other stuff on the side.
I
And
think
like
it's
when I reopen commissions, I'm definitely gonna like use slots from now on
Yep.
because I understand the importance of them now, rather than just taking anyone who asks, which I don't recommend. But yeah, I'm
Yeah,
pretty bad with procrastinating.
I think once you have like your name out there, it's pretty easy for people to like want to come find you and then say
Hmm.
like, "Oh, like you're open? Well, if you're open, that means you can do my piece in a month, right?" Which
Yep.
which is doable, but I think we both know making like a full BGM, especially if it approaches like over 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, a month is kind of pushing it.
Uh,
I mean, okay, maybe that's me because I also
mm,
have my day job.
See, the thing is, like, yeah, exactly. Like, I don't have anything else going on. Like, I should be able to do this stuff, but like, even when I have like nothing else going on, it's just like the mental game of like the mental exhaustion of like doing project after project. Like,
Hmm.
I don't think music's supposed to be like that, where like you have to make an original sound like every day. You have to just like you finish one giant 2 minute like I finished a 2 minute like track and it like took out a lot of me, and then like I immediately had to jump into like the next project.
Mm,
And
no breathing
you
room.
know yeah, there's not a lot of breathing room for me. I don't recommend, again, like what I did back then, like saying yes to anything, like I don't recommend that at all. But like at the same time, I feel like I have enough like power to do it. Like making original melodies, like I've self-taught myself to like do that and like kind of like know how to go about this. So in a way, I like it's hard, but it's not too hard. You know what I mean?
I think that
Like I
just
know I can do
yeah,
it.
that comes with lots of practice for sure.
Exactly. And like the flip side of this is like doing all this commission stuff and like doing work like this, like I've gained so much experience, and like I kind of like know how to make a song good and quick, which I guess that's just how like you level up, I guess, in your stuff. So I don't know. Like I put myself in this situation, but at the same time, like kind of like helped me get better faster too.
Definitely, I think commission work, especially if you stream it, because I think you sometimes stream yours. I definitely stream mine if the person asks.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
got to get back into doing that.
I find as long as the person's okay with it, that like forces me to enter flow state because then other people are like keeping their eyes on me.
Yeah, like back when I was like okay, when I did used to stream, but then Elden Ring came out, and then like I just stopped because I wanted to play that, and I haven't streamed since. So,
That makes sense.
but I want to get back into it because like something about like okay, because when you're we were talking about this before the stream, but like like making music takes all your senses, and like
Mm-hmm.
it gets lonely. Like just like it's hard to like sit there on your program and like just you can't like because you can't listen to podcasts, you can't listen to background music while you're working because you're making the music. So you have to like I have to use my eyes, I have to listen to what I'm doing, and you know, it just takes a lot. And wait, what was I talking about?
Well, I mean, you were talking about how much it takes for you to it takes all your senses and it gets lonely, and that's a big
Oh
topic
yeah,
I
yeah,
do want
yeah.
to get
The
to.
streaming, the streaming.
Yeah.
When I was streaming it, like it was nice to like look at the chat and be like, oh, someone like is there just like chilling with me uh while I work on this track, and you know, it was nice. I want to get back into it because like
It takes the lonely
it,
factor out of it, doesn't it?
yeah, it takes the lonely like, and like some people would subscribe and like I'd get a little money out of it. Like not that I need it. Like the whole reason I streamed was because like one time I think a job opened for Deltarune and I wanted to try it, but like I didn't have any like recordings of me like making music, and I didn't know you needed to do that. So I just wanted to like
Huh.
stream and like kind of like record myself at the same time.
Oh,
So
you
I'm
know
kind of like
what?
tapping what.
I wonder if they do that to make sure that they see that you're making original stuff.
Yeah, well, I think Toby wanted to like just see how you needed like proof of how you like what was it? It was like if you're good at doing things by ear, because like I think he had like work in progresses where he was like humming them, and he needed someone to like jot it down on in FL Studio or something.
He wanted someone that could transcribe on the fly.
Yeah, exactly.
Holy
Like he,
shit. That's rough.
Mhm.
I mean, great
Like
skill to have, but that is a very learned skill.
it really is.
Oh my
But yeah,
god.
like I don't know. I realized I don't have any recordings of myself actually making music, so I was like, oh, I better stream. But like there were so many like advantages to streaming. Like for one, it's just nice to like have that like it's like you said where you have to like sit down and like dedicate yourself because like people are watching.
Yup.
So it's nice to do that where you like I don't know. It just feels more like stable. So I would try to aim for like 3 hours of music work on stream every day.
Yeah, music dictation. That was almost a decade ago when I was doing that in college. I can't. But yeah, I like music. But I guess the other thing is that, yes, the streaming takes away like the lonely factor, but it adds like all the other stress factors. Where like some people it takes kind of like the
Yeah.
relaxation out of it because you can't like goof off. You can't do that. Like yes, it's really good for productivity because you could probably I'm willing to bet you, Colorgeist, you could probably pump something out in like 2 or 3 hours and then like come back to it
Oh
later.
yeah, I definitely can.
Like it would
It's
be
just the
very
problem is
good
like
grades at least.
I write a bass and then it's like all right, time to go on Twitter, time to watch this YouTube video, time to eat, and then like it's like you know I did a little bass writing, like I can just get back to it whenever I want.
Right.
So I might as well like heat up this plate of spaghetti and like chill out and watch a YouTube video, and then the day's gone and like I don't like I'm like shit. I should like I don't know. Streaming fixes so much. Like it fixes a lot of the problems I have, or I just need to like sit down and make music sometimes.
It
I
makes
need
you
to get back into
wonder.
it.
It makes me wonder, and this is for you, Color Guys, and everyone else in chat talking about music, the woes of music production. If that's just like a product of how overstimulated we are, with like like you said, oh, like check Twitter, check this. Like I know, and I've talked like last summer. This was a big thing. I was talking about like how fed up I was with VTuber Twitter culture and stuff. But the real answer is I don't have to be that involved with it.
Yeah, exactly. I
Like
know what you're talking about too.
I could go and just touch grass and not worry, and then go back make music, and then it's like I've done my thing. And it seems like a lot of successful musicians in the community, I don't know them like I do you, Color Guys, but it seems like that's kind of more of what they do. But and it makes me now I actually want to ask them, and maybe you do too. Like, what's the difference? Because now I'm wondering like what their thing is. I know, I don't know Tofi that well. I know who she is. I don't think she knows who I
I
am.
love Kofi.
Yeah, she seems wonderful.
She
I've
is
never
wonderful.
spoken to. I don't think she knows who I am.
I've
But
exchanged words with her before, and like she is so supportive and sweet.
I can tell. Now, for her, I feel she said like I need to slow down for my health. So
Yeah, she.
that told me something. Now, like I said, I don't know her story, nor am I going to pretend like I know. But that's something I could see.
Well, she makes wonderful stuff. Like, and I imagine like she's doing commission work too, and like like I've realized like everyone's going through this stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's definitely hard.
So we talk about like that's like the progress now. What about the payoff? And now this isn't just for music. I know we talked about like differences, but if you guys are in chat as like an artist or a video producer, or this applies to you in some way. So what about the payoff,
It
Mr.
feels
Geist?
good. Validation. I love it. Actually, it's like I think that's the thing that like makes it like it makes me want to work through it. It's just like at the end of the day, like they actually like what I make them.
Yep.
It's always nice. It's always like good motivation.
Exactly. I think one of the hardest things, and this is like my side tangent, is that I did all these like different commission works at the beginning of this year, up until like the last few months, and none of them were revealed yet. So I was experiencing the FOMO of like releasing stuff because like everyone else
Oh yeah.
was like making commission work, and I'm just kind of sitting here like, but I have to wait till the summer. And then this week happened, and 3 of them all released this week. And I was like, okay, that's okay. Now I feel better.
Yeah, like it's kind of cool and like how you work. Like yesterday, I told you Cinder debuted and like
Right.
she finally revealed her like lore and like it had background music. Like that was done for a while. Like
Mhm.
that was 7 minutes worth of work I've done like ages ago that like no one heard about, no one knew I did, and like I just had to wait. And
Yep. You and me
it's
both.
kind of hard because like when you make something and like you put your heart into it and you're like passionate, you like do all this work, you want to show it off right away, but you have to
I
wait because
know. I
it's
feel
someone
that.
else's thing.
That's how I felt. Like, see, you had Cinder debut. Muga did her full debut yesterday, and I felt the same way. I finished her stuff like at the beginning of February,
Oh my god.
and I was like, so like I was in the same boat. I was like sitting there, pause champing.
Yeah, it's kind of cool though because it's like you're setting up like a little time bomb for like dopamine.
Right. Yeah, show close for. Yeah, I mean, I'll show them works in progress, but they have to be like really close, and they have to understand like.
Yeah,
Now, if I'm bound by contract, you are not seeing shit.
I don't know. Like I sometimes I show my close friends. I'm like, hey, look what I did. Don't tell anyone.
Oh yeah, but I mean, if I sign something, I'm like, I'm not risking shit, and that's
I
like the
never
hardest
signed
part where I'm like,
anything. Taped at the mouth.
yeah, basically, they hold me at whatever, whoever signed the contract was like, if you break this, your arm explodes. Like, oh, I like having arms. I can play my trombone with those.
I don't need arms. I'm a ghost.
True, true. You can just carry
I
it
could
with.
just make tentacles or something.
Oh, that.
And I can make a million
Ooh.
arms if I want.
Ooh.
So some character lore for you.
Guys, you
But
got tentacles. They can get the brainworms out of your brain. Mental health, perfect.
yeah. Did you know? Like, okay, you know my hair right now. That's not actually hair. Those are tentacles.
Real.
Yep.
Oh
Just a
shit.
little. Those can extend and like give you a high five.
Like high five ghost, like from regular show.
Yeah, like if you get closer to me right now, we could hit it off.
There we go. Do I have? I have hands, but you almost never see them because they're.
Yeah, they're hidden under there.
I have these big ass.
We're cloak buddies.
We are cloak buddies. Cloak's rule.
I look like your son.
But I feel like we're like that anime dynamic where I'm like the tall dude and you're the shorter guy.
Yes. I'm your little creature.
No, you can be Edward and I'll be Alphonse. Okay, so I like this conversation so far. So we have like there's a lot of like blood, sweat, and tears that goes into our work, and that can be discouraging, especially if it piles up. We have
Yeah, but you know what? Like
payoff
the streaming thing helps with that too, because like people
It
are
does.
listening to you, like you know when you're like making music and you make something cool, like other people are seeing that.
Yes.
So that's like instant.
Oh yeah, my chat knows that like you see things that I don't reveal for months if you come to my stream.
Yeah, that's true.
Like chat know like, and I'll tell you this, guys. Chat and everyone knows I got an original song that should be I'm gonna say a week or two before it's done.
Ooh.
So that's something. But that's something like, I'm not going to share that like on Twitter because I actually think there's this study that suggests that if you talk about doing something or what you're going to do, you're less likely to do it because you already got the satisfaction of saying I'm going to do
Yeah,
this.
yep. I actually saw like a lot of YouTube videos because I watch tutorials and not
Mhm.
only like because I'm self-taught, so I watched a lot of YouTube videos, but not
Yep.
only to like produce music, but like the mental part of it too.
Hmm.
So like
What'd you learn?
I remember someone said like if you think you should like release a work in progress or like show like he just straight up said like don't do it, like wait till it's finished, you gotta like hold back because it's gonna be like so much more better when like you finish the work and like it's pretty much just what you just said. It's just like like you kind of lose motivation to work on it if you do that too quickly. So you
It's
just
like,
kind of like gotta
yeah,
keep.
holding off on the dopamine you get from releasing something.
Mm.
I mean, if I'm not posting original work, half the time I'm either spam reposting remixes I busted my ass on, or I'm posting sketches, which are funny. I like shit post sketches; those are fun.
Yeah, I'm wondering if I should do that more. Just like basically make tracks just for that little hit of like satisfaction.
Yeah, because then you can like use that track for something else later.
Exactly.
You can make something funny.
Yeah. I should probably do that actually. Like make a sketch a day just for one.
I think if you can do that, especially if it's original, that can be a really good exercise.
Mhm.
And I can tell you firsthand, I'm doing that with Animal Crossing music, and that has like skyrocketed my ability to like
Animal
just
Crossing music, like remixing them.
no, like I'm doing it from scratch.
Oh, that's cool.
Like I pick a random time, or I hit a number on a random time generator. I'm like, okay, 10 a.m. That's the time we have to base this off of. We have 2 hours
10
to
a.m.
do it. Let's go.
What does 10 a.m. sound like? What you do?
I combined Amelia Watson's BGM with Super Mario Brothers 2 Overworld because I was obsessed with both. And it turned out, and I was like, oh
That
wow,
sounds fun.
major six chords. I learned something. Major six chords sound really cool.
I don't know what that is.
It's so six chords are usually quick music theory. So I'm self-taught too, but I did do music theory stuff in college for a little bit, and then I realized, holy shit, this is brutal. I just want to play my instrument. So in a major chord, the sixth chord is usually a minor chord. But
Okay.
if you transpose it to major, temporarily, it gets like this really cool, like tense, jazzy effect that feels really good when it resolves
Oh, I
back.
think I know what you're
Yeah,
talking about. I call that,
yeah.
you know what I'm self-taught, so I have all my own terms, but I call that the Super Mario effect.
It is a Super
Because
Mario
like,
effect 'cause they use it all the
because
time.
yeah, Koji Kondo does that where you like in the Mario music, there's like a part, there's always a part in the BGM where like it kind of gets like in a minor key, but then it like resolves into a major key, and it gives it that kind of like. Actually, Kirby does it too. Like just like happy music, it's like when you go to happy and then like it gets a little bit sad and then back to happy, it kind of gives like a dramatic effect, and I use it a
Mm-hmm.
lot.
The push and pull of human emotion
Mhm.
turned into sound works every time, baby.
Yep.
See, this is the cool part. Now we're like kind of like hyping each other up. So now we also talk. Now we're jumping into the big topic right off the bat. So then there's the topic I'm actually here for, Colorgeist, and that I wanted to talk to you about. And then we can
Yes, I will marry you.
let's go. Finally, I've been holding this ring in my pocket for like 6 months. Can you imagine?
God, I'm hungry.
Now, I wanted to ask you what you thought about the topic of content creation, or being like or a music producer, an artist, as and how you value yourself and how others value you as a person, a friend, and a music producer. Because that is something I actually struggle with personally. I want to see what you think.
Okay, let me think. I've been commissioned by a lot of people,
Right.
and you know, some of them like on this journey, I've made so many new friends and like so many close like I've met so many people, but I've also met people that I kind of realized only wanted business with me.
Mm-hmm.
And as someone who like I don't have a lot of friends in real life. I don't have like when I meet someone like I'm like, ooh, I want to be friends with them. But like I kind of learned like not every like I would start talking to someone and like they would expect like they would talk to me a lot and like, kind of be friendly with me. But as soon as I handed them their commission, it's they disappear. And it's something I had to get used to because you kind of gotta realize sometimes that you're kind of like half business, half human. And like I think it's okay for people to do that. Like if they just want music from you, like that's fine. But like you kind of got to realize like if you're trying to get more out of it, like I don't know, you kind of got to hold back because like there were times when I did get sad, like oh like they stopped talking. Like I thought they were a really cool person. They commissioned music for me, and like sometimes they would like talk about like they'd ask me about like my personal stuff, and I'd be like, oh yeah, that's cool, and then just poof right after I hand them my work. And it kind of like sometimes it sucked because I thought I was doing like a bad job. Like the reason they wouldn't talk to me anymore is because like I failed them or something. But like
Mm.
I think that's just like how business is. Like they're just kind of like talking to you and just I don't know. It's just something you gotta like keep in mind sometimes.
That's definitely true. And I've been in a similar position. I've had people that are very much like, "Hey, I want this. Thank you. Have a nice day." And I'm just like, "Okay, cool."
Yeah, I mean like that's how like that's what you gotta learn. Like sometimes you're not you're a business sometimes, you know.
Right. And I totally get that. And I
Hmm.
think, and there's a lot of like people that have like I've become friends with, they commissioned me and we're still friends. That's not like a big deal. There's people that like I wasn't like super close to, but like now I talk with them, we support each other's content, that sort of thing. And then there's
Yeah.
people in your position, guys, that do the same thing. That will just be like, "Oh, I thought, okay, okay, I thought we were cool, but I guess not."
Yeah.
But then, like you said, like there's like the whole boundary thing. Um, so and I'm gonna ask the therapy question. How did that make you feel?
Um,
Legit question.
Thinking about it now, I think it did kind of mess with my self worth a little
Mm-hmm.
because I was like, oh, I guess I'm only good for my music at one
Mm.
point. But like at the same time, like it's kind of cool that I'm supporting myself doing this. Like my, Emu, right?
Yeah.
Like me, like I did work for her, but like she is one of the people that like stayed around and actually became like a real friend. And like she, like one time she came to me, like I was stressed. I was kind of feeling bad. Like all I do is make music work. I don't really talk to anyone that much. Like, I just feel like a machine to people. But like she just one time she like came up to me and was like, it's kind of cool that we're doing this. Like we're doing this by ourselves and like we do our own work and we get paid to do it. And like I don't know, that kind of like opened up my eyes and I'm like, you know what, that is pretty cool. And I'm gonna keep doing it.
Yeah. You look. So what was like your takeaway from that? 'Cause I want to make sure I understand it. And I see you guys in chat. Thank you for the subscription. Your subscriptions, by the way, go to help me buy a Vocaloid thing. Smile. So you guys are funding more music.
Yo,
Um,
get him that Vocaloid thing.
I gotta figure out which one I want. There's too
Then he
many.
can teach me how to use it. I want to use Miku in my track.
Yeah, we could use a Pia Pro. It's like 150 some dollars. Uh, it looks pretty easy.
Easy.
It looks pretty easy. If I get it, I'll let you know for sure. So to understand, I'm just reflecting this back at you guys so I can understand. So, Emu's a good buddy. We do like her. She does seem very candid and genuine. I do like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, she's pretty unhinged
What,
sometimes, but she's got a heart.
but what that means, what you see is what you get, which is unfortunately a problem for this community sometimes. Um,
Very true.
so so she came to you and said to you, "It's really cool that we get to do what we're doing, like make some of a living off of it, and also like people really appreciate the stuff." Excuse me.
Thank you, Chase.
There you go. Ooh, thank you. How generous, Chase and Rune Spoon. So that made you realize, like, we have an opportunity that we don't normally have.
Yeah, it's true. Like, um, so I just it's like sometimes you gotta look at what you're doing and like realize that like you're making music for people. People are using your stuff and like you're even if they don't like talk to you or like is like they're not like your friend, like you're still like a part of like their adventure, their like stream journey. Like you're kind of like in the backstage, like helping these people get successful. They're like maybe just being
Yeah.
happy. Like I think one person told me like sometimes they just listen to their BGM while they're drawing and it makes them so happy. And it's
Oh
just
my
like,
god.
aw.
I had that. Who was? I think Toma told me that a few days ago, and I was like, I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. Music is like personal to them, so like the fact that like you're even doing that for them, like that's special to people. Like you sometimes you just don't realize like you're doing a lot more than you think you are.
You're, dare I
You should
say,
feel
making
you
some
should
magic
like you should
happen.
feel worth it. Yeah, you should feel worth it because you're like I don't know. Sometimes you gotta like look back and be like, man, this is cool what I'm doing. Like this is like you're just making people happy.
Oh, it's true. I always said when I was a teenager, it'd be really cool to do mental health by day, music by night, and that's exactly what I wound
Oh
up
my
doing.
god, that's exactly what you're doing.
Well, I set out to be a therapist at like age 15.
That's so cool, by the way. Like when I found out you were a therapist, I was like, oh my god, I wanted to kiss you.
Oh, what's stopping you?
Uh, live, we're on live stream. Weird.
I was about to make so many fucked up jokes right there. I was like, people have done far worse live on stream.
Well, I mean, off stream we can talk about it. But,
Yeah, let's fucking go.
well, all right, well, calm down a little bit.
So I think
We're
that's
here for my mental health,
true.
not for my love life.
True, but that could be part of your mental health.
That's true. That's true.
I don't think I've ever had anybody. There you go. So there.
Wait, what is that person?
Look at it. Read it. I'll have you read
Being
it.
just a nobody from nowhere who tends to lurk and just watch things happen, I can't say how incredible this snips. Aw, thanks.
See, so now you feel validated for posting little snippets. There you go.
That's what I've realized too. Is like that actually brings up another topic. Is like sometimes like when I'm like browsing and like just feel worthless, like oh man, I'm not really that important to anyone, or like like I'm not really like I don't know. I have some dark thoughts sometimes. And it's like it's hard, but like sometimes it's like actually, what was that? There was this one post before that I saw that was like I forgot what it said exactly, but it was like something about like how people should always tell you when like they should always criticize you or like when you love something you should always say it to someone because it means something and like
Yeah.
I think someone like argued about it where it was like
What?
no that wasn't it. It was like it was a post that was saying like there's some people out there who like lurk and don't say anything to you that love your stuff and like that you should keep going that there's a lot of unseen fans
Yes. Okay, that's true.
and like a lot of unseen love that you see so like you gotta like it kind of helps you
Yes.
but like so many people were like really angry about that and saying like no if you love my work you should say something because like I'm sitting here like sad and like you have to say it. You have to tell me that like and I understand that but it's also like you kind of like not everyone has that kind of like exertion where like they can like come up to you and tell you that like hey I love your work like sometimes I feel like you gotta realize that like there's people out there that are like cheering you on and you don't even know about it.
Yep. I see that a lot actually, because I think about the people that have like done things for me and that are like really really quiet, or they'll like say something, or they may not even say anything. They may like drop a donation like once every like 6 months, say like keep up the good work, and that's like that little thing can be all you need to hear. And so I try to be, and this isn't to like toot my own horn. This is like genuinely like validating both of us. I try to be that person that I want to hear.
Yeah, I know exactly. Like if I'm start like lately, it's like whenever I see someone like post art or something, I'm just like, I'm just gonna tell them that I love it.
Right. And I saw this one artist, and there's this artist that will post like, I didn't draw today. I didn't make a full illustration in one day. I must be so useless. And first of all, my gut reaction is that drives me nuts. Because it's indirectly invalidating the people that are working hard, and it's like the fact that you have the time and the ability to pump out a full illustration for tens of thousands, if not 100,000 of people to say is a testament to your skill, and also, frankly, and I'm going to say, some people may not like this, frankly, to the time that you have on your hands. Which I don't know how some people have. So I responded like, look, man, I get it. Like, you're busting your ass, you're making these wonderful pieces every single day. You know, lots of people like it, just know that you're appreciated. And I don't think they're going to talk to me back because I'm just like a nobody to them. But I was thinking, like, you never know, like, what's going to make a difference. Oh,
That's true.
Oh, I was like, is something going on with your mic? I see you jumping with radio static.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just excited.
Could be. But no, I think we're both that person that wants to be the supporter that we want to have.
Yeah.
Remember that too, Chet. You saying a nice thing could really change somebody's entire week around.
Oh my god, yeah. I mean, sometimes I go in people's stream and I'm just like, hey, what's up? And they're like, oh my god, Colorgeist? Is that the Colorgeist?
Real!
And, like, I'm like, oh my god, what just happened? Like, they roll out a red carpet for me when I'm just here to vibe.
They roll out a red
I'm like, damn.
carpet. Sheesh. Yeah, they got you. It just feels good. Oh my god, excuse me. It's the Baja Blast. There we go. So what else do you want to say about, like, the music and content creation? Because I know I got other stuff, but you might have some other things. You might have some thoughts.
I don't have anything offhand, but I think we pretty much covered, like, everything I thought we could talk about. So, but if you have any questions, just
so for music specifically, I do. So, or for content creation specifically, so we're kind of in a space where we need to be terminally online, in a sense. I mean, we don't have to be, but sometimes it feels like we do. First of all,
what do you mean by that?
So, like, it feels like, we need to, like... Okay, when I say we, this is general, because you may feel differently. And sometimes it feels like we need to, like, constantly do things to stay relevant.
See, like, that's not an issue for me, because, like, I don't really have a life. I don't have a job. Like, you have therapy and stuff, but, like, music is all I do. Like, this is pretty much my job. So, I'm just willingly staying, like, sometimes I just post on Twitter just because I want to.
Oh yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be Twitter either. It could be like YouTube or anywhere.
Yeah, but I don't know.
So that's interesting. Actually, this could go either way. So there's some artists out there, and not every artist I know I have talked to has been like this, either because they had already made it or because they had done something that had grabbed the attention of multiple people. How do you kind of, like, stay away from that trap? Because that's a mental trap a lot of content creators can fall into that can be very spiraling for them.
Wait, what trap?
Oh yeah, you're right. I didn't explain it well. The trap is sort of like, you constantly see other people's finished products.
Right.
Right. So the trap is online. People can, especially in the VTuber space, and this is a problem in the space for multiple reasons, people can choose what they share.
Right.
And most people, they're going to show finished projects. They're not going to show you the hundreds of hours they put behind the scenes into it. Mm-hmm. And so sometimes the mental trap is that you see all these people with finished products, and you see yourself from, like, scratch paper to rough draft to rough draft to rough draft to final product, and it for some people can be really easy to fall into this trap of, I'm not doing enough and I'm not doing it fast enough. And it seems like, Color, you've avoided that trap.
Well, when we were talking about Tofi, like, she's been going, like, everybody goes through that. Like, I guess I just kind of, like, realized, like, everybody is working hard. Like, I've realized like even streaming, like seeing my friends just like get up here and talk, like that takes a lot. Like I kind of just realized that like living life takes a lot out of you sometimes, and I just know like how much work goes into just existing sometimes. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like get jealous or like think people are like just more like have it easier or something. Like it's just like I feel like everybody's going through something, and like,
That's true.
everyone's like when they have a finished piece like posted, like I just think like they probably what I'm seeing right now is probably like 10 hours worth of work that like they went through. And, like it makes me appreciate it more. So I guess it's just like I just have that mindset where I know that like life is exhausting. That like everybody's working hard. So I don't know. I'm immune to that.
Which is good. So that's exactly why I call this a trap, is because it's not necessarily true. Because
It's not.
you see all, if you know what everyone else is going on behind the scenes, which not everybody is going to tell you, and if they do, that's wonderful because it means they trust you with the reality. But for some reason, maybe it's more of a product of like Sigma grindset culture.
Who's that?
Sigma balls.
Oh my god.
No, the whole, like the whole, like, like keep going, never stop streaming, 100, keep doing your thing, and it's like,
Right.
and I remember I've seen clips like, if you think you're doing a bad job, just keep doing it, and it's like, I don't think it's that easy either.
Yeah, it's not like it's easy to say stuff like that. There's always more to it, I'd say.
Yeah, and then there's throwback to last summer's interview with Lena, where she said fuck toxic positivity. That's a whole other story.
See, to me it's like people have good intentions, but I also understand like it's easy to say certain things, but I feel like you gotta understand that like people are still just trying to be supportive. Like because like when I want to compliment someone, sometimes it's like, oh, I'm just gonna say like the typical shit, like keep going, work hard. But like still, like that's it, like some people just it's from a good place.
It is
It's
from a
always
good
still nice to
place.
hear, I think.
I think the point that phrase of fuck toxic positivity, I think where that comes from is that it's not as easy. So for a lot of people, it's not that easy. Like, you need to take the time to listen to them to fully hear them out, so you can hear the intricacies of what's going on. But sometimes, just
Yeah, I understand. I know what you meant by like toxic positivity, but like
yeah, the
I don't know.
invalidating
I'm
kind.
just worried. I'm just worried because like I know some people like they want to be positive, but they also definitely want to like help you. You know, like
Yeah.
they don't want to be worthless. They want to like cheer you on. They want to be positive, but like because I know I've been scared where like I want to be positive to someone, but like I'm probably just gonna like say something useless. So like, what's the point? But like I feel like you should just do it anyway. Like
I think you should.
sometimes sometimes it's like, is there really any toxic positivity? Because like good intentions, but I also understand like I kind of get it too because like there's some positivity where it's like okay you're just trying to be positive for the sake of being positive sometimes
Yeah, when it's like
and
it's
just
yeah.
I don't know.
That's what I think it's more about. I think, if you have something nice to say, you should say it. And then even, there can be the whole, I don't, I want to support you. I don't fully understand, like, what you're going through, but I want you to know, like, I'm open to talking about it. Just keep doing what you're doing. And then that person can have a choice of, do I want to share with this person or not?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, Sir William has exactly what I'm thinking. You don't want to... Hollow is a really good word for it.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to like you don't want to give them the like a get well soon card. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, sentimental.
Like oh, I'm sorry, here funny chihuahua get well soon card.
Funny
Hope it gets better.
chihuahua. Yup. It's like, wow, thanks for
But
the
like I
chihuahua.
don't know. It's like cuz like to expect people to like go out of their way to like dig in and like find your mental health issue and like,
Oh
I don't
no,
know.
they can't be your therapist.
Exactly. I mean, you can. You have experience, but like
If any of you come
I
to
don't
me
know.
for therapy, I'm gonna say no. You need to be in my state. You need to have insurance. Hey, Turbo. Good to see you, man. Yeah. It's far too... I agree. Oh, Turbo does wonderful Eurobeat music. You will not go to Arc for...
Really?
Do not go to me for therapy. No. I'm full. My co... Whoa, dude!
Oh, nice.
That was so generous. Wow, we got some generous people in this chat. Thank you, Mr. Turbo. Much appreciate. Big love. But I do think... Wow, it hit a lot of our regulars, too. Look at that. You'll love to see it. I do think... Yeah, the whole point of this stream is to, like, talk about these issues that, you know, like Turbo said, no one's going to talk about. You know, and if they do, I want it to be, like, in a place where we feel like we can say whatever we want without holding back.
Yeah, I'm pretty chill. Like, I don't... Because I've been at this for a while, so I understand how hard it can be. And I do want to make it easier for other people and be supportive.
Okay, so that begs a really good question. If you wanted to make it easier... Oh, sure, man. You got it. Have a nice rest of your day, boss. Always appreciate you.
What did you interview him to?
I could.
You need to be... Oh, he's asking if...
There's a lot of musicians I'd love to talk to just because.
Yeah, like, you should get all of them and just talk together.
All of them.
Turn this into a podcast. Mental health.
Yeah, Turbo could be there. I want to get Phoebe in at some point. I think Phoebe would be wonderful. That woman is very busy.
Phoebe.
How could you not?
Phoebe.
We love Phoebe.
She's so nice.
Turbo would have a completely different venue because, you know, there's the Eurobeat community, the remix community. There's probably whole other issues that I don't know about that none of us know about. I think that could be really.
You know, you're like the only other musician I actually know of, and I want to get out there a little more. So
really,
yeah, like I don't talk to many other musicians. I mean, actually, I have, but like most of them are kind of, if you know what I mean. I think I've told you about that. Like some of the musicians I met were like really clout chasey, kind of like when I hit them up to like talk about music and stuff like that, they told me they started talking about how their track could get like 500,000 likes on SoundCloud, and like I don't know, it wasn't about it.
I'm sorry, that's kind of funny. So there was, I'll be real with you guys. There was a time a while ago where like you could definitely consider me as not like full on clout chasey, but that was definitely something I was interested in, and I think I've talked about it on stream before, where the reason I wanted clout wasn't necessarily just to have clout. It was to have this validation that I'm keeping up with my friends that are getting really big. That's why I wanted clout, and if I still want it, that would be why. Not because I want to be some like famous big dick musician. I don't like. I've done a lot of what I wanted to do, and I'm going to keep doing it. So when I look at that, I'm going to put out some original music. I've done, music and remixes. Still having a fucking heart attack over Kiara posting my remix. Holy shit!
Yeah, I saw that.
That blew my guts out. I was like, what the And speaking of Turbo, they thought I was him. I was like, okay, now that's a compliment. That is a compliment. So, I've done most of what I really wanted to do. But then, so it's, so that's why I would want that. I don't care about likes on SoundCloud. Most SoundCloud likes are bots that want you to like their stuff anyway.
Oh god, you should see some of the bot DMs I've gotten on SoundCloud.
SoundCloud is SoundCloud, more like SoundClown.
Like, Jesus. Like, first of all, why SoundCloud would I ever want to, like, I don't know, never mind.
I think SoundCloud is, like, the platform for a lot of musicians. And, like, my 15 minutes of fame on SoundCloud was actually when I made a shitpost. Like 6 or 7 years ago. I made We Are Number One, but made it Vaporwave, and that had like 10,000 plays. That had like 10,000 plays. A lot of people were just like, like, oh man, this is like unironically good. It sounds like you're in a swimming pool. And I was just like, why do all my shit posts get all this stuff? Come on. Like the shit I work hard on, like gets completely ignored. Then I make like a shit post in like a couple of minutes. Everyone's like, "That's my shit right there," and I'm just like, I hate the internet.
To be honest, I barely check my SoundCloud. Like I use it just for portfolio reasons, and I
Yep.
won't actually look for like oh my god, oh, this has so many plays. I'm looking at it now.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Because it's a portfolio, so and like you said, there's a lot of people looking.
Oh my
to you.
god, maybe I should start paying attention to this.
Well, remember, you got only 1% more, right?
Yeah, I'm like, hey, what is it? I could tell you right now how much. Oh, I'm not even signed in.
Lol.
But like it was 99%. I remember.
Zam. Oh, SoundCloud.
But yeah, like I don't know. I don't look at SoundCloud like that. But
No, there's no.
so like
point.
when he told me like 500,000, I was like, okay, that's cool. I guess.
For
I just
real.
wanted to talk about music.
Yeah, that just feels like a dick stroking contest.
It really like that's what it was. Like he would tell me like, oh, you're making music for this person. That's got to be like excellent clout. Like he would actually tell me that I'm getting clout,
What?
and I was like,
No, okay. That I've never really thought about.
Yeah, 99% of free upload. I have 179 of 180 minutes used, so I have one more minute left.
Well, like, what do you do with clout is the problem. Like, because then you just keep, like, if you're actually into that, then you just want more, and then you're never satisfied. Like that one Demon Dice song that I love so much. Wanting,
Yeah,
getting, wanting.
I don't know. Like, to be honest, and not to, like, make myself look cool or anything like that, but I've never really chased clout like that. Like,
No, you haven't.
I, like, you
Never
come
had
to
that
me,
impression.
ask me for music, and, like, I just do it.
Do you feel like
I just
people...
happen to, like, pop off somehow.
Do you feel like people went to you?
Yeah,
Like...
people came to me.
Oh, I meant, like, did they go to you because they wanted, like, to leech off you?
Oh, definitely.
Oh,
that,
God.
yeah, I've had cases like that.
So what do you do in that situation? Because that's probably something that a lot of people, like, you know, they might feel validated by at first, but then you realize how grimy it feels.
I mean, like I said, you're a business, so you do it anyway because they're giving you money. Like no matter what, you're getting money to like do this, so you might as well just do it anyway.
Well,
even if they just want it, because like, I don't know, because people have said I'm industry standard sometimes, and it's like, oh god.
Oh damn! There you go. Industry standard. There you go. That's I would agree with that.
Like that's a compliment, but like I don't want to let it get to my head either.
No, and I think that's probably the best way to go. So like, what do you? So there's a question. How do you stay humble?
I mean, what can you say? It's just how I am. I'm just that perfect, you know. I don't know.
It's like, yeah, because I mean, it could go to someone's head.
I don't really like I said, when that guy like came to me and like talked about clout and stuff, like I just like I don't want to, like I love people and I like talking to people, like I said, I'm lonely, like I actually find people fascinating and like want to know people, so it's like I've never had trouble networking just because like I actually do like working on someone's VTuber stuff, like I like being a part of it.
Yeah,
I got into music because like I wanted to make video game music, so like when like VTubers are coming to me. VTubers. That sounds like a virtual bathtub.
VTubers.
But like when people come to me and like they want me to make a theme for like their design, it's like, okay, that's cool.
That's very similar to video game music when you think about it.
Exactly. Like I don't know. It's just cool. Like I'm passionate about it, and I've never really got it to that point where it's like, oh, I want to do this just because I'm gonna get big.
Okay, so now let me steer this in a different direction. So what I was thinking more of is like because you know, like you want to be friendly, you want to like make friends with a lot of people, and now, so have there ever been, or have you had any similar experiences where someone tried to take advantage of that? You know, like maybe a newer musician trying to get to your level or something like that. Has that ever happened to you? Or someone, like, God forbid someone tries to take advantage of the fact that you want to be friends for, like, something for free.
Well, there is this one guy that, I mean, you and me both know about.
Oh. Have you talked about this publicly?
Not publicly,
Because I know you told me.
yeah, but, like, you know,
Let me check something real quick.
that guy, like, I've learned that he used me to, like, he would tell people that he was friends with me just to, like, get in with them or something, but then, like, talk shit about me also, so. I don't know. That was just a whole lot of ugliness, so I guess, yes, that has happened to me before.
Okay, well, if it's him, then... Long story short, guys, there was an imposter among us, and we all voted him out, fortunately.
Yeah,
that's
a good way to put it.
That's me making light of a much more serious situation, unfortunately, because it went a lot deeper than that, unfortunately. The mega toxic is being nice.
But no, I haven't actually had like a lot of not like a lot of bad musicians. Like there's a couple people where it's like they would come to me and talk to me and tell me like how they I don't know. I don't even want to get into it, but like
yeah, we're
most
not,
of the
we're
time
not going to
it's
throw
like,
anyone under the bus.
yeah, most of the time it's like I don't know. I haven't really talked to many musicians besides you and Tofi. I think like
We got some in
that's
chat
kind of
that
it
know you.
sometimes. Huh?
We got some in chat that know you.
Well, I mean, like musicians.
Yeah.
Well, I know a couple like other musicians, but like I don't know. I haven't really like I don't know. It's just something I want to do is like talk to more musicians.
Oh, I know a guy.
So I'm coming for you guys.
Shout out to my boy Epsilon. Now he doesn't do BGMs, but he does like hardstyle remixes, and he's very, very good. Very dedicated to his craft. I actually talked to him about mixing last night. Very nice guy.
I need to hang out with you more. I want to be.
Yeah, let's do it, dude. I'm around when I can be. Let me put it that way. Sometimes sometimes after work, I'm like, leave me alone.
You know, that's valid. Especially with like your kind of work it like has. So.
Whew. There's tomorrow I'm extremely busy, but I'm busy, like I'm like doing work, like client, then it's 4 p.m. and I'm like, woo, I'm done. And normally that's not the case. Normally I'm like, I work, take a break, work, take a break, and I do that on and off, then it's like 7, and I'd much rather go bang, and then I'm like, oh shit, I'm done, cool. I love summer, because then I don't have to wait for kids to get out of school.
Oh yeah. Wait, you do kids too?
Yeah, in fact, I'd say the bulk of my caseload are children, like teenagers, middle school students.
Oh wow,
that kind of stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah, they love that I'm on the younger side, because like as a therapist, I'm still pretty. I've been doing therapy for over 5 years, but I'm still pretty young. I'm not even 30.
Yeah, I mean, you did just make an Among Us reference, so I kind of get that.
Oh yeah. One time I said like, "Are we Gucci?" to a teenager, and she's like, "Ew, you're crusty." It was so good, and I was like, she's like, "Don't ever say that again, Mr. Arcade." And I was like, "What? I'm not him." She was like, "No."
I guess you weren't Gucci.
She's like, "Ew, you're crusty."
You're crusty.
No, I thought it was her reaction was so funny that she was like, "I'm gonna tell all my friends you said that."
Oh,
I was
God.
like, okay, yeah, you can tell your friends. I don't care.
Man, being
that was great.
Being a therapist sounds rough.
I would say, well, if we can veer off topic real quick, I can tell you guys that I'd say about 70% of the time it's not that bad. Because, usually, I'm not, like, working in a hospital. I'm not working, like, in the intensive inpatient unit for somebody who's, has tried to harm themselves or others. I'm the step down from the hospital. And now I've had to have kids be like, hey, if you don't show up, I'm sending you back to the hospital because that's where you just came from. And we're worried. And they're like, oh shit, I hate the hospital. I have to talk to you then. I'm like, mm-hmm.
It's cool what you do though.
Yeah, you just gotta be blunt with them. And they'll be like, "No, Mr. Ark, I'm not gonna kill myself. I know what you're gonna ask." And I'm like, "Yeah, well, yeah, you're right. I was gonna ask that." And they're like, "I know what you
Dang,
have
that's
to
heavy.
say." Oh, because I'll just ask them straight up. You gotta be blunt. You know,
Yeah.
if they have injuries, I always say like, "Can you show them to me, so I can see how bad it is?" And I'll just be like, "Cool,
Uh,
thank." And then you got to play it neutral. You got to be like, "Cool, thanks. Thank you for sharing that with me."
right,
And
right.
it's not, like obviously it's not. And guys, obviously this is content warning, so if you need to dip, that's fine. Um, I'm just candid with it because I've seen it enough. And like obviously it's not like pleasant to see, but like
Hmm.
it can kind of like diffuse the situation when you just like have a very neutral approach, because some people they might be used to their parents, siblings, whoever like freaking out, and you're just like, okay, thanks for sharing, and they're like, oh, you're not freaking
Right.
out, and you're like, no, and because they want you to freak out, they might
Yeah.
want you to have that reaction, because that's the only way they can get attention, or that's what they think is.
I
But
don't know. I think if like part of it's like also, yeah, I don't know. Actually, yeah, I wouldn't know because I'm them. I wouldn't know.
yeah, but I mean, like I said, it's sometimes like there's been a couple times where I've how do I put this? I've walked in on a situation where paramedics had to be called, and stuff like that. And once they got there, I was like, "All right, out of my hands. Thank you, doctor. Thank you, dude with
Right.
the ambulance suit." And I got home and I was like, "I need a fucking drink." And I like poured myself a glass of wine because I don't normally drink on weekdays. I would only drink alcohol on weekends, sometimes. And
Oh
then, but
God,
like
yeah,
days like that, I'm like, I need a glass of wine right now. That was rough.
yeah, that's that, like, oh my God, I don't know if I'd be able to handle that.
It's tough,
Yeah,
but
it's strong.
just like we said with music, it's something, and this is a lot of people's jobs. You know, I love working with people. I love seeing people realize new things about themselves. Which, you know, Color, this is really helping me realize you have a really good head on your shoulders. You know, you're resilient to a lot of things that a lot of people in our position have trouble
Yeah,
with.
yeah, I'd like to think that I'm like pretty strong and like good for this kind of situation, even though like it is like like hard, but like I think I have a good head for it. You know, like
You do.
it's not impossible. Like I have a lot of work to do, and I like kind of like effed myself, but like at the same time, like I know I can do it. I know I can like get through it.
So you have that level of confidence.
Yeah.
Have confidence. What did it take to get to that point?
But being birthed, I guess I was just always like
Being
that.
birthed.
Hold on, I'm trying to think of like an actual answer.
Okay, that was actually funny.
I don't know how I got that way. Just I don't know. It's just how I am. I honestly don't know. I don't know how I got that way. Just I always feel like I can like I can do it.
I think one of the
This is just doesn't seem impossible. You know, if it did, I probably would say something. I can
right.
do it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of challenges with this. So I think, the topic I'm gonna breach is, and because you brought this to me at first, was like stuff like depression and anxiety. So is that something that you wanted to like add on to this as like an additional factor to overcome?
Let me think. Anxiety, yes, because like even though people have said good things, like I still get worried sometimes, like because there have been times where I like submitted something and I thought it was good, and then like they're like, oh no, this isn't what I wanted. Can we do this
Hmm.
instead? And it's like, oh God, okay.
Yeah, I know that feel.
But like like I keep working, like I'll get there eventually. And there has been like I haven't like I'm glad people say that I've made bangers, but there have been times where I definitely have not made bangers.
Yep. Has there been times where you made something that like you didn't think was good, but it popped off? And
Yeah, all like almost all the time. Like so like sometimes like how do I describe this? It's like I might not think it like is good, but like the client will think it's like the best thing in the world. I
mm,
won't tell them. Like I won't tell them that like I kind of think I didn't do like 100% on this. And sometimes I will go back and be like, "Hey, I fixed this up for you," just because like I
yep.
wanted to like, go. I wanted to like I don't know. You're passionate about it. You want to like go back and just like you know you could do a better job, so you just do it.
Right.
But then then there's like the balance too of like I gotta keep moving on anyway. So like if they're satisfied with it, like I just have to learn to like let that go and just keep going. Like I gotta move on to the next. Like there's stuff I made people that I've been wanting to go back and like fix up for them just because I know like just because it bothers me that like I gave them that. But like you gotta learn to like let go and just like keep moving sometimes. I think that's one of the things I've learned off YouTube videos too is like you gotta like learn when to call something done. Like if you
Yep.
you know you like you can always do better. Like no matter what, like you can always tinker with music and like make it better. Like there's always gonna be ways to improve it. And sometimes I know like it's at a point where like you can listen to it, it loops and like it'd be fine, but like there's points where it's like, okay, I didn't do this though. Like I didn't like I know I can make this better. But like sometimes I will hand it in just to see what they think anyways. Just cause like on my side you gotta keep moving sometimes. Like if something is good enough, you like kinda just gotta roll with it.
Yeah, because I feel like, so let me. I'm gonna make an addendum to that color. So you tell me if you think this is true. I feel like if you were to tinker with something, you know, and like keep going, it's just not gonna get released ever.
Exactly. Like it's hard to find a balance between like making something good and like releasing something just to release. I don't know. Cause like
Yep.
sometimes like I've heard it's better to like make a lot of finished pieces of work rather than like making one good track.
That's what I heard about like uh like physical art. You know, like where you're drawing, coloring. I don't because music's art, but so visual art. Excuse me. There we go. Visual art. Like they're like, oh, just keep making a whole bunch of illustrations.
Mhm.
Which I guess makes sense because then you're getting like the full spectrum of sketch, line art. If you choose to do line art, you're getting good at shading. You're getting good at backgrounds. You're getting good at like whatever the cool anime eye sparkle you want to do is.
Yeah.
And then like music could be the same way because then it's like you're learning instruments, you're learning melody. You're working on bass tracks the other day. Then you're working on
Right.
mixing, mastering. Mix master. Something I'm constantly struggling with because I'm self-taught again. But then, like the more I keep doing it, the last 6 months for me was like a boot camp arc for me that has
Nice.
oh my god, it has paid off.
Yeah. I mean, like like I said, like I took on all this work, so it kind of forced me to like make project after project. So like
Yep.
I can't just stick on one song anymore. Like, I got to keep moving, and like in a way, it was kind of beneficial because like it kept me moving and like kept me making new things and trying new things, and eventually, like I just got really good at almost everything.
Right. It's just like you just keep working on the same stuff.
Like I, a good story is like once someone asked me for future bass, and I did not know how to do that.
Oh.
So I spent like a long time trying to like figure it out, and like now if someone asks me for future bass, I'm like, I got you.
Yep.
I know exactly what to do. So like if I didn't struggle with that and like make kind of like a bad future bass, I don't know. Like even like you gotta suck sometimes because that's how you learn.
As just like what is it? Jake from Adventure Time said, the first step to being good at something is sucking at it.
Exactly. You gotta suck from the straw to get the juice into your. I don't know. To get the there's probably a good way to say it, but you just gotta suck first. You
do. That's a hard thing for people to accept now.
Kind of understand that you're gonna be bad at something. Yeah, I know. That's like one of the top things I think that people don't understand is like when you start something, like you're gonna suck at it. Like, you kind of just gotta suck at it.
I feel like a lot of people come into this scene just like having this mindset that like I need to be like amazing right off the bat.
Right.
But like, and that's why.
But I definitely wasn't amazing right off the bat.
No.
I had no like the first song I made was like probably the worst thing I've ever heard in my life.
I didn't know what mixing was for like 3 years.
Me neither.
I was just like,
I didn't know what anything was for like
most
like... I don't know.
And I was like, mixing, mastering. And then later on, and people had all these technical terms, and it turns out that was all things I like just learned how to do.
Yeah, exactly. Like even now, I still don't know music theory, and like when I do learn music theory, it's like, oh, that's the flip flop that I do.
Exactly. Like everyone's like, "Oh wow, what are those?" I'm like, "Oh, those are grace notes. I'm obsessed with them. Don't worry."
See, I don't even know what you're talking about.
It's like that little, like a little like trill up before the note like hits.
Oh, the skitter.
It is like a skitter. Yeah, it's a great. That's called a grace note.
That's cool. I'm gonna keep calling it a skitter.
No, skitter's fun. More people will know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I was in. Now here's where like imposter systems sets in. So I'll let you guys a little story if that's okay. So I was in music conservatory as a music minor in college. And I got there, and I'm not gonna lie, I thought I was like pretty good, which honestly didn't make any sense in hindsight because in high school I never made it to like state level bands. I kind of feel like I messed up the auditions on purpose because everyone there was kind of an asshole. like the
That's a power move.
yeah, and I was just that, and I'm like I don't want to be in if like everyone's gonna be a jerk. There'll be like horror stories of people like destroying your instrument or stealing your music right during the audition process. So you'd have like a less good spot to get in. And then I remember waiting for my turn in the euphonium tuba room. And this is like when I was like 16, 17. And this dude is like this like bro looking guy. And he's like, hey, he messed up this note, this note, this note. He's not getting in. And I was like, but what if he... And I was like, that's not nice. Like, what if that was me in there?
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't want that. So then, but for some reason, I don't know what got to my head senior year of college, but I get to college and I was like, oh my goodness. Everyone had like super intense, big money training. You had like 18-year-old opera singers.
Oh my god.
And I didn't know how to read treble clefs, so you can imagine how that
was. Oh my god, I'd feel out of place.
Oh, I did. And I even like told the professors I feel so out of place, so I forced myself to study to learn treble clef in 2 weeks, and by the end of that, I was the one teaching like those like hardcore opera singers music.
Oh my god, that's cool.
It was cool. So that's like I started from nothing. Like I knew where like C and G were on a piano, but the problem was like despite that, and despite how hard I was working, I feel like a lot of people were really passive aggressive and looked down on me because I wasn't as good as them, or because I wasn't taking things as seriously. Like I remember, so I dated a jazz saxophone player in college, and like things were going. Oh, she's killing it now. By the way, I'm on good terms with her. She's doing amazing.
Oh, sweet.
But there was a time that I should have gotten more angry than I was. But she was basically saying like it's not fair that you don't have to work as hard as I do.
Oh.
And I was just like, I'm not a music major. Like, what do you mean it's not fair?
Yeah. What's that mean?
Like, that doesn't make any sense, dude. Like,
don't you have to work harder? Because you kind of... I don't know.
And to be fair, I saw, like, her scales practicing, and I was like, I have no idea what this is. She was like, oh, yeah, I gotta learn this scale. I was like, excuse me? And then when she visited me a few weeks ago, she was like, oh, yeah, like, half the bands that I'm in are boring, the too easy. I'm like, that's such a you thing to say. But like normally she was like, oh cool, just like make the music you want, but it got to a point where like because it was so competitive that I just felt out of place, and there were so many people that would like make passive aggressive remarks, like they'd be like, what's this note? I'd be like, oh, it's a G, and then someone would be like, it's G major. I'm just like, look man, I just learned what this was, okay?
Well, G.
Well, G, dude. Right?
Don't need to be a major bummer about it.
Yeah. Don't need to be a...
It's just a minor mistake.
They do B flat, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Just makes me want to go,
Yeah. Yeah, see? See, Rune? That was me. All I ever did was play trombone euphonium, which means I only needed to know bass clef. Then, the second year... They're like, hey, we have too many euphonium players. You said you might want to play tuba, so that's what you're going to do. So they even told me to pick a different instrument if I wanted to stay in. And then I
Yeah.
did, and they're like, "Oh, this should be easy." And then I was like looking at the notes. I'm like, "Why are there 5 lines below the sheet music?" Like, "Oh yeah, you can figure that out." I'm like, "No, you said it'd be the same thing."
Oh my god.
So
I never. I'm completely I pirated this software in 2009 and just kind of went at it.
Oh, yeah.
That's how I got it. And so, you want to talk about imposter syndrome? It's just like,
Sheesh.
I don't know why I'm here. Like, I still don't know how I got here.
Well, you've been doing this for a long time because you
Yeah,
started
like over a
2009.
decade.
You've been doing it 2009. I got FL Studio as a Christmas present at the beginning of 2014.
Yeah, I pirated it and just started messing around with it, and eventually bought it when
Yeah.
when I started making money. I was like, maybe I should buy this program.
Maybe I should buy this program. True. Yeah. So the imposter syndrome. Well, do you still feel imposter syndrome? Let me ask that first.
Sometimes, yeah. Like, sometimes, I don't know. It's like, part of me is like, how the hell did I get here? Like, sometimes I like look back and it's like, how did I get to this point with music? But like, it's also kind of just fascinating for me, like, that I even made it this far. So I'd say yes and no. I don't know. It's like, sometimes it's like, how did I get here? But like, at the same time, it's like, I'm glad I'm here.
Right, like you don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth, as they say.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know why that's a phrase is a thing, but you know what I mean.
I'm just gonna nod, like, yeah, exactly.
Does that any horse gifters? Any horse gifters?
Any horse gifters in the chat?
Well, I think part of it is that both of us had somebody take a chance on us, and we wanted to really like do a good job for that person, or or that group of people, for instance. And then, we're here. So I had a similar experience. I had people take a chance on me, and I wanted to focus on the people that were willing to take a chance on me, and not the people who weren't. Because there was a time I did focus on the people like, well, this person didn't want music from me, so I'm going to be a stinky butt about it. But then I thought about like, well, that's not going to help anybody. So let me focus on the person that does believe in me, and let me give them 500,000%, and I will continue to do that. It's the power. It's the anime power of friendship.
That's true. When someone's my friend, I put in a little bit of extra effort and love into it. Just how it is.
Yeah, me too. Although sometimes,
but you like, I still like, I try to make it fair. Like, I always try to put in 100%, no matter who asks me to make music. Like, I just feel like that's what I should do. But like, like if Maya asked me to make music, I'd be like, oh, okay, 150% maybe.
Maya, our green-haired Woopa fairy.
No, Maya Chu, chat.
Oh, Maya Chu. Oh, okay.
Maya too, though. Like,
too many. I'm sorry, Maya Chu. There's so many Mayas in this community.
Yeah.
How many Arcans and Colorgeist do you know?
Arcans and Color. Well, someone took Colorgeist on Twitter, so I want that guy to be gone. But
did you know
I only know one Arcan.
That's why I'm the Arcan, is because when I wanted to switch my name in League of Legends in 2011.
You play League of Legends?
Unfortunately, I used to.
Okay, do you know I've been playing League as long as I've been making music?
I believe it, because... Wait, League came out in 2009, holy shit.
Yeah, exactly.
The reason I picked up League was because World of Warcraft was down. And then I was just...
I feel like I've heard that before.
Yeah, actually, World of Warcraft was... It was my birthday in 2011, I was getting ready to graduate high school. And then WoW was down now, and then I saw on Smogon.com, the competitive Pokemon website. They're like, "You guys."
Oh my god, I've never played competitive Pokemon, but I kind of wanted to try it.
Oh baby, me and Nephilim Cybo will teach you because she's cracked.
Really?
Yeah, she's actually really good at it. Like really good at it.
I don't know, like I don't know what it's like. Like, is it fun? Like,
it can be.
Okay. To me, it looks kind of static, because like I always see like the same Pokemon sometimes being used.
Yes, but I don't play with those. So I was determined to make a Trick Room team with my boy Cradley, because I really like
that's what I want to do. Is like when Sword and Shield came out, I was like, I want to make a full competitive Ghost. I want it to be like good.
Oh, you could make that work. I remember one of the most embarrassing losses I had in X and Y, I lost to a Japanese dude with a full Eevee team, and he 3-0'd me.
Oh my god.
Like, I was like playing like Talonflame, like Mega Venusaur, all this like competitive shit, and then he like blasted me with like Flareon, and I was like, damn, I got cooked.
See, that's cool. I wanna like that's why I wanted to get into it. Is like, is it like really flexible like that? Like, cause like Pokemon has so many like cool designs and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I guess my problem with Pokemon is that like there's some.
I hate when games have like meta and stuff, and like in competitive stuff you only see.
Yeah, you play League, I play Yu-Gi-Oh! I used to play League. I used to be balls deep in the meta. I think part of the reason I stopped playing League was because I really didn't like who I was, and like friends didn't really like who I was when I was really into League, because I became like, like, why aren't you picking this character? And they're like, because they're not fun. I'm like, well, it's meta.
Oh.
Yeah, I was that asshole, right?
Yeah, I used to be like that too. Like when you played Terraria, right?
Not really, no, actually.
Well, it's kind of like Minecraft, like, but like one time, like one of my friends would like go to their world to get like materials, and I'd be like, "Hey, no, you can't do that. You have to farm it in our world. Like that's the correct way to play."
Yeah, that was me, and everyone's like didn't want to tell me that.
Yeah,
like,
I used to be like that.
Like, Ark, you're an idiot to play with. It's awful. And my like friends will like still joke about that. Like my real life friends. Now I'll play Pokemon Unite, which is like that one's fun. But those games, I think the difference with League is that I felt like hostage. Like, I think the game that turned me off ranked League like permanently was like a 70-minute game where we lost.
Oh my god.
It was so bad, and everyone's like, "Oh,
yeah.
League games aren't that long," and I'll be in it for like a 45-minute game, and I'm like, "So that was a fucking lie."
Yeah, the League, like, it's an abusive relationship.
Give me Nexus.
Like when you're, oh my god, they haven't like used that in so long.
They got rid of Dominion.
Which yeah, I know.
I have more. To this day, I still have more games on Dominion than Summoner's Rift.
Oh my god.
I played so much because it was easy. I could fit in like 3 games between classes in college.
Yeah, like League, even ARAMs take like around 25 minutes, and even that, like even those sometimes, like if you're like just straight up losing for 25 minutes, it's not fun.
No, especially if they like all like have like ARAM alt accounts where they only have the ranged people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But like that's why Unite is so good. Like the longest game of Unite is 10 minutes at max. And I don't feel trapped in
like playing Overwatch and like Pokemon Unite, it's like you kind of realize like League is like one of the longest competitive freaking games that you play sometimes. Like
yep, and then you
45 minutes sometimes. It's like I kind of like it though, because like I kind of like long games like that. Like it's exhilarating, but like at the same time, like it's hard. Like I play like maybe 1 or 2 games a day now.
Yeah,
and like that's enough.
It's fast, it's fun, that's right. 45 minutes, shortest Dota 2 game. Dota's worse.
Dota?
Yeah, Dota?
Oh my god, yeah,
Dota's
I tried Dota
worse,
and like, you know what's funny is like, I was like, you know what, I played League of Legends, I could probably figure out Dota, and like, I got in there and I was like, I don't know what this guy's kind of like Kog'Maw, I guess, but I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. But yeah, so, yeah, like, League, not a good game for my own mental health. How did we get on I mentioned League and then we popped off.
Well, I mean, you can't mention mental health without League of Legends.
That's kind of it kind of feels that way sometimes. Yeah, I think that's a big thing, and I just didn't like who I was, and it felt like because I'm spending so much time playing League, I felt like it needed to be worth it. I needed to like win and get something out of it because I had like timing.
That's probably why the game's so toxic.
Yeah, it's so bad. It's even worse now.
In terms of toxicity, it's still pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie, but like I've said, I've been playing it for over a decade, as much as I've been making music. So like at some point, it's just like somebody starts being toxic, and you just kind of like don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Like I think the games I play now, I don't even pay attention to chat. Like I'll look down and like someone's having like an essay fight where like they're talking about like why they didn't do this, or like how they are better in real life. Or and like it's just like, oh, they're having a little spat down there. Cool, I'm gonna keep playing. It just gets to a point where you just like you know what to expect.
I just play with chat off, because like I've learned like I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
but you
like
can't
I've been doing that
communicate.
too.
But it's like, but if chat never has anything good to say, then am I really missing communication?
Yeah, but sometimes it's those rare moments where like having all chat is kind of worth it sometimes.
Oh, that could be said.
And, you're destroying someone and they're like complaining like you're like hee hee.
Oh, my favorite is like, I think, but my favorite interaction was one time somebody went like, I said like, hello, good luck, have fun. They're like, go fuck a fish.
Oh my god.
I was like,
One time I picked a character and someone said I liked animal abuse or something. Like they were going off on me just because I was playing a certain character.
what the?
God.
The average least toxic league player. That's how it feels. But luckily, we don't have to deal with that.
When your life is drama free, sometimes league chat is a nice treat.
God, kind of nice when your life is drama free.
Yeah, I mean that's free entertainment sometimes. Like
That's true. That's true. I'm thinking, so, Color, you were talking about like the
how do we get into the
anxiety.
league?
I don't know. I'm going back to imposter syndrome and anxiety. um,
Yeah, let's go. I don't know. League always pops up in my life one way or another.
we can't avoid it. I think
I really can't.
I think with like when we talk about like anxiety with it, like we can't always control what other. I think that's the crazy part about music, and it's kind of freeing in a way, or art too, because like, okay, like I said, I'm not holding back. There's some artists that like really pop off, and I'm like, it's literally like a little doodle. Like anyone could make this.
Yeah,
But
I mean sometimes like that's just how the internet works. I think.
yeah, but which could be frustrating. But then you have to realize like sometimes you'll make something that like does really well and you didn't think it would, and because like but you can't control what your audience is going to like. You know?
Yeah. Well, I mean that exact. You know what? That brings back to like the point where like you should be making like all kinds of stuff rather than working on one thing, because like no matter what, one of those things might pop off, and you might like there's like I was looking at my SoundCloud when we were talking about it, and like I've noticed like some of the songs that I forgot about just have like over 23K plays or something. I'm like, what the heck?
There you go.
Like just if you just keep making stuff, like no matter what, like one of those is gonna be a source, you know? Like you can't. How do I put it? It's like the more you put out, the more chances you are of having like one of them just pop off out of nowhere.
And you might have an opportunity. I can't say too much, but I can say there was a fan project I worked really, really hard on earlier this year, and it flopped. Like, nobody was listening to it. I posted it on, like, Reddit. It was like a Hololive remix, right? I posted on Reddit, and someone was like, not bad, the kick could be louder. And I've learned, don't post anything on Reddit. You'll get people who have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. And my favorite one is I posted like the Reflect remix on the Hololive Reddit because like I wanted to show off like my friends who busted their ass on the animation for it. And some guy was like, "Well, I expected Toho, but I got Undertale." And I was like, "You fucking dipshit! That's like the same thing." I was like, "Oh my god, you guys are so stupid."
Oh my god, yeah. Sometimes I just set it and forget it with music. Like, here it is.
Yeah, commenters become smart challenge. But now the thing is, even though that flopped, I still learned that I will say there was an opportunity presented because somebody saw it. Not since it was Hololive remix, it wasn't anyone from Hololive. I can tell you that. Someone said like, "Oh, I heard this remix and I really liked it. Can you make me something similar?" And I was like, and I learned a valuable lesson: post it anyway, because you never know who could see it.
Oh my god! Like, okay, I have a similar story where it's like, I have a Bandcamp, but like all that's on there right now is old crappy music. Just because like some guy complained to me, he was like, "Hey, how come you took down this from your SoundCloud?" And I was like, "Oh, it was shitty. I didn't really like it, and I wanted to make like a newer version." But I guess he really liked that shitty version for some reason, and I kind of get that. Like,
yeah,
sometimes like. You ever like see a game soundtrack that like is supposed to be remastered, but like you prefer the older, shittier version of it?
Yeah,
like there's just something charmful about there's just something charmful sometimes about like shitty music, And I guess it's the same with like my stuff because like that guy really wanted like an old version of one of my songs. And I was like, okay. And so what I did is I have an album for free that just is like all the old music that I took down from SoundCloud just for that guy. But a big streamer came to me and was like, "Hey, I wanted to commission you. I went through every single one of your tracks, even the Bandcamp ones, and these are the ones that I really liked, and I really liked it to be like that particular old shitty song that you made." And I was just like, "Oh, okay. I guess having like that up, like I don't know, because I still need to have like more music up. I think like I have my SoundCloud, but I feel like I need more, and I'm trying to get that on YouTube and stuff. But it is true, like you gotta have stuff out there for people to listen to, because like that one, it could be just like one thing that like gets you into something.
Now, one thing that gives you an opportunity that you've been waiting for, or it gets you something that maybe a door opened that you didn't think was going to open.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely how it be.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Like you gotta have, the more doors you have open, the more like people are gonna walk in. Like if you just focus on one door,
yep,
that you only have room for like, not a lot of people are gonna squeeze into that. But if you have like 100 doors like open, like there's so many people walking in and out of your stuff in different places and stuff. So it's always good to just like make stuff and just keep going. It's probably healthier actually.
Oh, it's definitely healthier.
Even for you, like if you're spending all your time on one song, that's, I don't know. Like sometimes when I'm working on someone's commission for a while, it's like my ears are like so fatigued that like I gotta work on something else.
I do that too. Like sometimes I'll break up my monotony with like, you know, a shit post.
Mm-hmm.
I really like making shit posts, especially now that I have New Tone.
Oh my god, I love New Tone.
It's funny.
I think one time I took like boobot noises and like made a song out of them or something just for myself.
Yep. I just like remixing stuff to like Deltarune or Undertale tracks. So I like doing that. You know, I wanna. There was a while I saw like there was like a shit post, like a Yu-Gi-Oh shit post where they made where they like turned like this like Monster Cat like EDM track, but they like sampled like different Yu-Gi-Oh tubers like going ham. They're like let's go, and then like the bass drops. It was really funny. I want to do
oh
stuff
my
like
god.
that. I want to do stuff like that.
New Tone is so powerful. I wanna mess around with it more.
It made my like mid-sounding ass voice like sound halfway decent.
I know, I've never done any vocal stuff yet, but like I know with New Tone I can do some pretty powerful stuff.
Yep, there's a lot you can do. Yeah, this is the Turbo, the Eurobeat Extraordinaire gifted you a sub. Isn't that cool? And now you have a cool hat. Cool hat. Where's my hat?
Where is your hat? Why'd you take it off?
Oh,
hats off to me. I did it.
Yeah, there you go. now I have everything back on. It's fun. A lot of people think my glasses are directly from that Turbo dude. Everyone thinks my glasses are supposed to be Gurren Lagann.
I've never heard of Turbo before.
Oh, dude.
Well, this is what I'm talking about. I gotta get in with like the people. I live under a rock sometimes, just doing commission work.
Well, you know, maybe we should have like a get together, pick everyone's brain, because you know, Color, when we did that collab for Reina, I learned a lot from you that I applied immediately.
Really?
Yeah. No, I did. Like I was like, oh my god, the pillow thud is the bass drum. I was like, oh my god, that like fixed.
Oh yeah, I've learned that like you can use anything as anything.
That fixed all of my problems with bass drums.
Yeah, you like if a synth says bass on it, but it sounds cool as a lead, just use it. Like you can't be scared.
Oh yeah, I use presets all the time too.
Yeah, I use exclusively presets sometimes.
And people are like, oh, like how does? Well, if it makes you feel better, Porter Robinson uses only presets, as far as I know. Like presets that we all like have access to. Like who cares?
That's one of the things I've learned off like YouTube. Yeah, that's what I've learned off like YouTube tutorials too. Like I said, I watched a lot, not only on like how to make music, but how to like you do it mentally too. Like I learned like how to like turn off your phone and like set it on the other side of your room so you can like make music harder. I've learned that
Damn.
sometimes your success comes from just like cutting up clips. Like he was like some guy was telling a story about like how this kid was like just taking like previous clips and like he wasn't even making music. He was just mashing clips together and he like got in big with something or something like that. And like just something like you can't tie success or like hard work with like what you do too much because like you know good music is good music, so it doesn't matter how you get there, just the result.
I'm trying to think of an example of like something that was meant as a shit post that popped off. Kurt Cobain, all of his stuff, you know, he wanted to make like bad music, but then that became his most popular music. Yeah, his mentality was kind of wild anyway.
That's fun.
I can't think of a good example. I've watched like videos on how Toby Fox composed, and you know, you look at these people with like a crazy huge FL file, and there's like 5 channels open. That's it. And it's like,
Oh my god, yeah, he is inspirational. Like the fact that he just uses sound fonts is already just like wow.
Yep. And that made me feel better about like some of the stuff I was using. You know, because like I think one of my favorite tracks is like much that I've made is like much more ambient. Like I have a couple BGMs in mind that I like. You know, you think that they're like really simple, but I just like, you know, it's how you use each sound. There's a lot, and guys, this applies to anything you do. You know, if you're using anything, like if it's intentful, it doesn't need to be a lot.
Yep.
I just blew.
You don't need to be fancy.
No need to be fancy. You don't need to sound design for 8 hours to get a kick.
Yeah.
Kick drum. I think that's the thing I'm struggling with because I know a lot of like fellow producers who you know, they're all about sound design, like that's their thing, and like.
Wait, do you need kick drums? Because I have a lot. I can just give you some.
I mean, I'll take them. I usually use some. I have like a hard style kit. I have a future bass kit.
I have a lot of stuff like that. Like I should my library is so big. I kind of want to just share it with people just because I don't know. But if you need kick drums, let me know because I have like thousands.
There you go, guys. I do think I need to store it somewhere else on my computer because I think the stuff with all my music on it is starting to.
Oh god, yeah. I have like 3 different drives for music.
Sheesh. Oh dear, that do be a lot.
Yeah. Music is expensive. Like.
Yeah, I think I do one big VST purchase a year. 2 years ago was Serum. Last year was Contact, and this year I want it to be Vocaloid.
You know what? And that's exactly what I have right now. It's like I just bought these Serum presets that I really like.
Oh yeah, you showed me them.
Yeah, they were like the first. Oh wait, yeah, I taught. Never mind, I told you about it. But
they're pretty good.
Yeah, like I never touched Serum before that, but now I'm like using it a lot. So it was definitely worth it.
I have some like good like 8. I have like some of Daft Punk synths. I have some.
Oh shit! Give me those.
Yeah. I'll send them to you in the folder.
Nice.
We can make funk.
You know, it's funny because I've been really I've been listening to. That's my main inspiration is like Daft Punk and video game music. Like,
bro, that's like me though. He's just like me for
really.
Real. Oh, Daft Punk was like the first like electronic group I got into in like 2006.
Oh my god, I like Daft Punk. Like the way I learned music was like just trying to be like Daft Punk and like doing shit they do.
Yep, I was always trying to imitate somebody.
Yep.
Like I can't remember anyone in particular, but now I'm like trying to incorporate my style with something else. Well,
that's cool.
So, Colin, it does seem like you have a good grasp on things. The only other topic I had was we didn't touch it. We touched music stuff, which was like the big thing. We touched anxiety and imposter syndrome, but you know, it comes down to like finding validation. Where do you stand on like depression? Because you mentioned that when I first approached you with this idea.
Okay, depression. That's a good question. because like sometimes it just gets heavy where it's like, I don't I don't know. You gotta ask me something about it. I can't just like
Well, yeah,
talk
okay.
about it.
So, that's a good point. So, my first question, like, do you experience depression? Do you have it clinically
Yep.
diagnosed? Okay, so that's
Yep.
there. How does that affect you, both on the regular and both with what you want to do?
It definitely gets in the way. Like there's just like it's like what we talked about. Like making music, you kind of just gotta sit there by yourself and like focus hard on. And like sometimes when I'm doing that, like all kinds of like bad thoughts rush into my head, and like
Mm-hmm.
it's like, oh, I need to go on Twitter to like see people, or like I need to talk to someone because I need to get out of that. I mean, lately I've been doing okay, so it's not as worrying. But like, I just remember back then, like it got in the way of work so much that like I had to like actually work on my depression first, rather than like before I could even like start working again. And I remember it was like a really hard day, and I just kind of like I was like, all right, I'm gonna take a break on music. I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna shower. I'm gonna listen to some like good music for a bit, and then like it kind of helped. But like it's just like sometimes you struggle with that sometimes. So
Do you that a lot of that kind of sounds like a fear of missing out,
yeah, it's kind of like it's like I said, like I
big time.
don't talk to a lot of people. I don't think I've left the house all week, so there's not much going on in my life besides music commissions. So sometimes like you just need like I don't know, it gets hard sometimes.
Has there ever been a time where you let me think. You don't have to go into detail, but what was the last time you like were able to, you felt like you were able to like balance or at least like overcome some of those depressive symptoms, like the bad thoughts, the brain worms, or
Um,
stuff like that?
it was okay. I have a story where it's like I do have depression, but like the way I like show myself online is like I fake it till I make it.
Mm-hmm.
And I always like make jokes like, "Oh, you should be happy that you're my like I decided that you are my friend," or something, or like that's just my type of humor is like, I'm the best. Everyone should like I kind of pretend like, "Oh, everyone does love me." Like I kind of just like I don't actually think it, but like I just think it's funny to go around telling people like in a funny way, not like stick up my ass way. It's just like
Yeah.
one time I met this friend and I was like, "Hey, it's me, the king," or like, just like dumb shit like that.
The king,
And
my
apparently,
boy.
like, exactly. But apparently, she was going like the friend I was acting like that with started crying because she was so inspired by me being like that because she was having self-worth issues that like it was so inspirational to her that like she actually calls me king and like not even by my real name,
Damn.
but like
She's like, "What's up, king?"
yeah, it's and like it just I don't know, it kind of put in perspective where like how do I explain it? It's like sometimes you just gotta like see yourself as something like that because like you have one life and like I just feel like you should kind of like see yourself as that just because it's like your life.
Yeah.
Like how do I put it? It's like you only have one life, so you gotta kind of treat yourself as a king or queen or like royalty.
Yeah. And
Because it's
you,
like
you have to uphold
you gotta
yourself.
get
Yeah.
the most out of life. So like when I have like really bad depression, like sometimes it's like I just kind of like gaslight my that meme where it's like he's pointing in the mirror and it's like gaslight yourself.
Yeah, I've seen that. I love that.
Yeah, like that. Like that's so true. Like that. Like I do that so much when I get depressed that it actually helps. Like you just kind of take a step back, get yourself out of the pound, like yourself. Because back then, like my self worth would be like tied to what people thought of me rather than what I thought.
Yep. Yep. I have a very
And
similar
I think when
thought.
I learned to like get out of that, yeah, when I learned to get out of that and like take a step back and like look at my own life and like what I'm doing and like how I feel about it rather than like how I look like to other people, like that it helps a lot.
Well,
And
I
I've
think
learned like,
also once you view yourself that way, other people might like be really, happy to be around you too.
oh yeah, like when you're confident, like people when what's the saying? It's like laugh and the world laughs with you.
Yep.
And like I took that to heart because like even when I'm like super depressed.
Oh, I think your audio cut out. Uh, one second.
Oh,
Is it okay? Now I can hear you.
am I back?
Oh dear.
I had 5,000
Oh,
ping on Discord.
oh my
I don't know what
God.
that was about.
We live. We
I
both
don't know what
live.
that was about.
We both live in the United States. Yeah. No. So you were saying like, you know, you got the one life. You got to do it. Laugh and the world laughs with you. You took that to heart.
Yeah, and then like sometimes when I'm like really depressed, what makes me feel better is like going on Twitter and just like trying to make other people feel better. Because I don't know what it is, but like that makes me feel good and like in return. Like it's like I don't know. It's like when I think about like other like someone else might be feeling like this, like I'd be like, okay, what would I want? Like what would I want someone to say to me right now to like help me with that? And I would like I don't know, I would like go to a friend or just be like, hey, what's up? And just like I don't know.
Yeah, I could see that. So I guess my now this is what I call flagging the minefield. So how what would you do if like that didn't work out the way that you wanted, and what would keep you going, like keep you consistent with that mentality?
Um just find a new person, I guess, and just try it on them. Like, no, I don't
Like
think that. But like maybe just like getting off the computer
yeah,
and just maybe like cleaning my room or something.
they always say cleaning your room is like cleaning your mind.
It's yeah, and that's so true.
Yeah, it definitely works like that for me too.
I think one thing I learned is like you got to keep moving. Like when you're depressed, you got to like distract yourself from being depressed. Like sometimes I would just sit there or lay in my bed and just like continue to be sad. And like I know it is hard. Like when you're depressed like that, like it's hard to like find the motivation to like get up and like actually try to do something about it. Like you know you can do something about it. You know like something would help, but it's just like actually doing that is the hard part.
It is. It's like when you practice an instrument, the first thing they say is like the hardest part about practicing is opening up the instrument.
Yep, that's true.
So, like for example,
Sometimes like exactly. Yeah.
I haven't worked out all weekend because and I'm really hot and sweaty. The first thing I'm gonna do to get over that is I'm just gonna get out of my chair, do some jumping jacks. And once I got there, I'm like, I'm already
Yep.
standing up. I might as well do the full set of sets.
Yep. Like I think starting is the hardest part. So.
So, how do you motivate yourself? What start and what advice would you give to other people?
Sorry, what'd you say? My opinion on it.
Oh no, it's all good. I said, so like, I'm gonna start wrapping up here. So, if you're cool with that. So, what I
Oh,
want you
that's
to,
fine.
so what would you want to tell other people, or what advice like would you tell yourself for the future and other people that might struggle to do that? Like, validating both the depression, anxiety, imposter syndrome, whatever.
I would say give yourself time to like fix that, Like I think it's important to like give yourself time to address those things and like take the steps that you need to, which is easier said than done, but like if you're struggling, like you got to be okay with having that time to struggle rather than like thinking that you're not going to go anywhere with it or like fix it ever.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes you just like it takes time, and that's okay.
Let yourself have that time.
Yeah, like give yourself that time, and you know you'll fix it eventually. Like if you do some, I don't know. Let me think of how to put it. It's like bad times are just times that are bad. It's like that Animal Crossing quote where like
Real.
time time keeps moving. Like it like times are tough now, but like eventually it does get better. It really does.
Hmm. I like that. So, color. I think that really. So that sums up a lot because it's like you're not invalidating yourself. You're saying like it's rough, it's tough. We can get through it. Like you can
Yep.
you can do it. It's like being that inner anime shonen protagonist.
Yeah. I mean, life is not static. Like if you're having a hard time, that doesn't mean it's gonna last forever. Like anything can happen, and like I don't know. It's like you just gotta know that like life is just not static, and like you're not gonna be depressed forever.
Yeah, I like that. Well, no, there's some. I would argue clinically, there's some people that will have lifelong depression, but it can be manageable with consistent coping skills and medication. And a lot of
Yeah,
people don't
that is,
think.
that is true.
Yeah,
Like
but
yeah,
that.
it'll come around again, but like it gets easier to deal with. Like I'm an expert at being depressed. I'd say like I know what to do. I know the steps to take. Like when I feel bad, it's like all right, well here we go again. What do
You
I need to
know,
do?
I might have you back at some point on that because I haven't had that many people with full blown like depression. And you said you're an expert, so I almost wonder.
Oh God, yeah.
Well, yeah, because let's be real, guys, and chat validate us on this. Let's be real. A lot of the VTuber community came here for a couple different reasons. One, there was nothing to do during COVID. It was very lonely. Two, they were already lonely. Three, they were lonely and they wanted anime girls to give them attention. Don't look at me. Don't look at me like I'm wrong, guys. Don't look at me like I'm wrong. I know. Trust me. I've been there. And so a lot you'll see donations, gift subs, super chats. They're like thank you like you helped me get over my depression. And now those messages scare me a little bit because it's like that person isn't going to be around forever, and that's an extremely parasocial relationship, my favorite word. And here you are, color saying you're doing, like you said, a very lonely thing. We do this very lonely thing where we have to isolate ourselves and our senses, and we can't really do it at the same time. We want that social interaction,
Yeah,
and you've been faking it till you make it, so to speak, where you can overcome that as long as you remember to do it.
yeah. What's funny is when like Hololive English first came out, that actually I actually watched them a lot to help with depression.
Mm.
Something about that really helped.
I think I look at them and I think I imagine that a lot of them actually struggle with depression. Would be my guess, because that is a that has gotta be a rough job, especially Myth, who exploded and they had such high expectations. You think about, you don't see too much
Yeah,
of Gura outside of her streams, and I don't blame her because she's probably like, I don't want to expose myself to how scary this job is.
yeah,
She wants to be very self-contained. This is obviously I've never talked to her before, but I would imagine if I were her, I would be able to understand what she's doing.
yeah. It's like you said, like everyone's working hard. Everyone like has their own like struggles and stuff, and like I can't imagine what they're going through.
Right.
But they still go up there and like they do a good job. It's kind of inspiring.
Right. That's what I'm thinking.
Actually, that's with any VTuber, honestly. Like the way I see it, it's like they're up there and they're like doing stuff, and it's like, good job.
I'd say so. I think a big thing for me is that, like I said, I used to care about clout numbers at some point, but for different reasons. And then I realized there's going to be people that stick with me no matter what, even if there's
Hmm.
because there's I'm sure there's different parties out there that think poorly of me, think ill of me because of different choices I've made. And there'll be things that I either said that some people disagree with, and I'll be like, if you want to talk it with me, cool. If you don't, then that's no longer my problem. And then I'm just gonna do what I want. If you want to come hang out, cool.
Hmm.
And once I changed my logic to that, and I focused a lot on productivity, like like making different music tracks on stream, and I just said like, hey, I'm going to play this game. Like I'd love for you to join. Then it becomes that much easier. And I'm kind of blessed with a small audience in a way, because there isn't. I don't have to experience that pressure. That
There's definitely people. Yeah.
Like what you think of?
There's definitely like I've seen streamers that like don't actually have a lot of viewers that like they go so hard anyway that it like it's so inspiring to me. Like the fact that they're not letting like their viewers count like affect how they are on stream and they're just having fun like that's so cool to me.
It is because it's like contagious. It's just like genuine fun.
Yeah.
I love it, dude. This so color my. I'm gonna tell you my secret of mental health magic. This is as much for you as it is for me. Because
You think so?
I do think so, because a lot of times I hear you say things, or you guys will say things that I never really thought about before, and and like it helps me. It probably helps the audience. I'm sure you've said a couple things today that the whole audience like didn't really think about, or they didn't have your perspective, and that's exactly what I want this to be.
I mean, what can I say? I'm like
you're a king.
I'm a prophet. I'm a king. This crownie for show.
Short king. This 5'6" short king, ghost king in here.
What? 5'6" is not short, right? You guys is 5'6" short.
My Sona is 6'6", without the hat.
Make me taller.
Okay, check this out. Woo!
I haven't seen it yet. Hold on. Oh, I thought you were gonna make me taller.
You are taller.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's good.
There you go.
Oh wait, no, I look short. I forgot that artwork makes me look so small because it's like cheating.
Wait. Can I like stretch?
Well, now I just look closer. It doesn't help.
Oh lordy, coming! Oh lordy, coming! I'm having fun, dude. I'm glad you came on and that we could talk like this.
Yeah, thanks for inviting.
Of course.
I'd do it again too. So just hit me up.
Yeah, man. I was gonna suggest that if we both have stuff to work on, we could just have like a jam stream where we do it. We're both on stream, and then like we may not be interacting, but it's like, hey, here's what I got going on, and then we're both held accountable at the same time.
Yeah, I thought about doing that same thing.
Hey, there it is, dude. Well, I think the only commissions I have right now, I think I can't show off. They're not. There's
yeah,
no...
same to me.
Okay, bet. We can do funny.
I'm working on right now. I'm working on stuff that same old. Like it's for debut. It's for streamer content and stuff like that. So, you guys are probably not gonna see it until like a while, which is fine. Like I'm used to that by now. But
have you ever asked if you could stream it, but don't say who it's for?
Oh, I actually had a friend help me write a TOS for like when I opened commissions again eventually, which was a pipe dream. But
okay. Because I've been able to stream some commissions on.
He told me it's like he actually said that if they don't let me stream it, that I should charge them more. Because he said like that's taking away from like my revenue in a way where it's like I can't stream it, so it's like that's taking away a source of income for me. You know what I mean? It's like taking away from it, which was like a really good perspective.
Well, it's that, and I think people could actually benefit from you streaming it because then you would probably do it sooner.
Exactly. Yeah.
And like, don't they want that?
Just so many benefits. Yeah. But I also understand, like, too, like, some people want it to be a super secret. Like, they want it, like, I understand, like, debuts are, like, really special to people. So if, like, they don't want me to, like, show any of it at all, like, I am perfectly okay with that.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, I'm the same way. And I always say like, hey, just be mindful. It'll take me longer to do it.
Mhm. So
So
what I've been doing actually is
what's that?
like when I do stream it, I won't say who it's for at all. Like I won't say who it's. Oh, hold on. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Am I good? Am I good? Okay. I won't say like who it is I'm working for. I'll just like do the work. Like that. That's. I think that's. I'm gonna continue doing that streaming again. But like it just. I won't say who it's for. I'll
Yep.
just like do the work.
Yeah. You streaming it is free clout too because you can be like, oh, especially if they know who it is. I agree. They'd be like, oh, who are you doing this for? And if they already know you, and especially if it's somebody smaller,
Yeah.
who could use that.
Like when I did VVs, she was like, "Yeah, it's perfectly fine. I'll even like advertise that you're working on it for
Yeah, that's a very Vivi thing to do. She doesn't care in a good way.
you."
I mean that in a good way, I should say.
Yeah, she's so good.
I think, I think there's a couple people like, yeah, you can work on it. Don't say who it's for. And then because of that, I was able to do like 2 tracks in 2 weeks. Because I did them both.
Nice.
I did them both on stream. I like mostly stream music that week. Because like you said, it's like 2 to 3 hours. You sit down. You have to, you want to entertain chat. Sometimes they'll goof around and make a mung drip, by accident. It's not. It's never an accident. It's never an accident. If it's Megalovania or mung drip, I'm definitely doing it on purpose. We all love it. Yeah, good. We got it, Color. I think my takeaways from this are, stay motivated, stay validated.
Yep.
That's how I see it with you. Any other takeaways from you? Anything that you want to plug? Shout out.
I'm the best. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on SoundCloud. Add me on Discord. Add me on Facebook. Follow my Tumblr.
Colorgeist.
My email address is colorgeist@gmail.com. If you want to like send me emails, just hit me up.
Send
My
them
PayPal is colorgeist@gmail.com. My League of Legends summoner name is Colorgeist, all caps. My Nintendo Switch code is SW419759877871. My Genshin Impact code is 6054799906. What else I got? My Cookie Run friend code is LSSYT6559. My Cookie Run Kingdom code is HWKFW8527. If you want to add me on League of Legends Europe, it's Colorgeisty. My PBE League of Legends is Sweepo Beepo.
Europe. You have a Europe account?
Yeah, just for those European friends.
Okay, that's fair. That's so funny.
That's all I wanted to plug, which is
Follow-
pretty much everything.
Follow Colorgeist and everything. If you hear a banger track, in the VTuber community, there is a very high chance it was him. There you go. As for me, you guys all know I typically stream Sunday, Monday, Thursday. I also say, fuck that schedule. I do what I want. So you guys know where to find me. The only other thing I gotta say is just keep your eyes on Twitter. I'm gonna announce my original song very soon. I just gotta clean up.
Yeah, I'll be retweeting it for sure.
Let's go. It is. I will. Like I said, I will warn you guys. It's not like it's a mental health related song. So we all know it's about me being upset with my thoughts, but validating it and just getting it all out. It's fun.
It's one of those songs.
Oh,
that sounds fun.
It sounds happy, but the lyrics are not. It's one of those songs.
Oh, that's cute.
It was very fun to make. It was very, very fun to make. It made me turn bad things into a good thing.
This is a little embarrassing, but like one time, I think yesterday I did it. It was like I kind of like had one of my songs looping, and I just started like trying to sing the lyrics, and like just I wanted to try it. I just wanted to like sing out like all my troubles or something, and it was actually really, really fun.
Yup. Isn't it fun to vent? I know Pearl did a stream where she like belted out her sadness.
Yeah,
and, like,
but like I don't know.
Yeah, Music as music
Yeah.
reasons for and a coping skill itself. All right.
It really is.
Is there anyone you would like to raid, Mr. Geist?
Who's on right now?
You,
See Tane on.
oh, she knows you. I don't know if she knows who I am. That's all good. New friend.
Yeah. She's doing a charity event right now, so.
Okay, let's do that. What do you want to say?
Me?
Yeah, for the raid message. Oh shit, I didn't copy paste.
Oh, raid message.
Yeah, I do custom raid messages here.
Let's just do hey. What's up? Really simple. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
That'd be funny. We can do purple ghost wombo combo. Purple and ghosty wombo combo. And then I'll put a ghost. I like hey though, it's funny. Ghost. Can I just put a ghost emoji? Like this.
Perfect.
Yo, like we could be like a JoJo team. Like one of us is the stand.
Oh my god, you're right. But you know what's funny is either of us could be the stand.
Exactly, that's the best part.
Oh my god, we could be like a stand.
We could
like a
alternate.
new arc.
We take turns on who gets to be the stand and who's the stand.
That's perfect.
Yo, we gotta get art of that.
Oh my god, we do need.
We could get the part 2.
Actually, I was thinking about that. Actually, we're like, we should make a collab and like order a scab.
Bet.
Where it's just like cool art with us.
Yeah, man. Okay, I will hit you up for that because I know you've wanted that for a while. I've been wanting it, but I don't have any ideas. We should totally do it. I'm down.
We should.
All right, the raid's about to go. Everyone, follow Ghost right now. If you don't, I'll lick your ears, but not in the ASMR way. Say hi to Tani Tenche. Let's go. Okay.